Hello, my super Sagittarius, and welcome to your April energy reading. Do remember this is just a general reading, so please do take what resonates and toss the rest. Also, check out the other signs in your chart. If you do enjoy this reading, though, please do like, subscribe, share, all that great stuff. It's free, it's fun, and it helps to get to the other Sagittarius. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get some shuffles in here. April is a big month, big changes. It looks like it's been a long time for a cycle ending, and we do have eclipse this month. We have a double moon this month, all kinds of different things going on. So you might be feeling some energy shifts, and if you are, that would help explain it. So prepare and gear up. We might be having some excitement going on. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Let me get some of this stuff out of the way. I've got all kinds of stuff going on here. Woo! All right. This top row will be indicative of what you have going on now. And do remember that time is fluid in tarot. So what you have going on now could be the last week or the last month or two, so on. The second row is what you don't see coming or what is going to be happening throughout the month and even into next month, meaning May, of course, because this is an April reading. And the last row is Spirit's advice to you. So let's go ahead and see what we've got going. We'll certainly get clarifiers on these as well, but let's check it out, shall we? Okay, so the first thing I see is the Page of Cups. So I'm seeing some immaturity here. It could be your energy that you're just feeling like, you know, it's spring, you want to feel silly, you want to get out, do some fun things, just be free. Okay, maybe you've just been worked yourself into submission, you've just been beat down, you're tired of the weather, you're tired of work, you're tired of this and that, and you just want to go out and be free, have some fun. Okay, it could be somebody else too coming into your energy circle, you know, coming into your vibe. Somebody, if you started dating somebody younger, you've met somebody younger, somebody that's a little bit less mature, and you are just dealing with them or enjoying them. That's a possibility if you have a relationship, or you're wanting to just kind of sow your oats, perhaps if you're single. You know, you might both be feeling, it might be you and someone else's energy, and you're feeling just like some frisky fun, if you get my gist there, that you are just having some frisky fun and wanting to blow off some steam, and you're not looking for anything serious. It's more just like, you know what, I'm feeling like just having fun, cutting it loose and just doing whatever, and I'm not really too worried about, you know, anything serious right now. And maybe you and someone else, you're both feeling that way and you're just enjoying yourselves, okay? So if that's fun and it's playfulness and it's all that, that's fine. So that may be what's happening there. Your second card is the Hierophant in reverse. So I feel like for some of you, you aren't feeling super spiritually deep, or feeling like you are looking for full spiritual fulfillment, and that may exactly play right back into that Page of Cups energy. So maybe again, that's just what you're looking for. You're just looking for some fun, lighthearted excitement, either for yourself or for yourself with somebody else that is also of that same like mind at this particular point. So you're just wanting to, you know, take some vacays, you know, weekend trips, go out and spend some time together, go out and do fun outdoor things, you know, and spend some quality time, Netflix and chill type situation. That's up to you. Certainly. This next card is the Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Cups is letting me know that, you know, you might be moving away from more serious relationship type situations as well. You may have had some serious relationship situations, and that's not what you're looking to do anymore right now. You know, you may have gone through several, and now you're like, no, this is why I want something immature, not serious at all. I want somebody who's a Page of Cups, young, fun, exciting, you know, playful. And that's all I'm looking for is playfulness, fun, enjoyable. Okay. This could also be you guys taking little trips, taking weekend vacays, going on little fun, you know, times. That may be what you're doing. You're just tired of the monotony of being, you know, in the house around work people and, you know, family and friends and all this and that. And you're just wanting to get away. You just have been pent up, worked up, you know, too much. And this is your way to get out and get some fun. So that could be what that is. I do feel like you are in a just kind of lighthearted, playful, not looking for anything serious kind of, you're over it mode. You know, you've kind of just like winter has been heavy on you. Whether it's been heavy in relationships, whether it's been heavy in work, whether it's been heavy in both, whether the weather's just had you down, whatever it's been, you are kind of ready to just emerge and just be like blow off steam fun. So I feel like that's what's happening for a lot of you. Okay. And I can't say I blame you because I kind of feel that way myself, but I do think that's the case. And for those of you who might be in like long-term relationships, you know, this is just kind of, I feel like this is a vibe. It may just be a vibe for you where, you know, you're both, you and your significant are feeling just, you know, like, let's have some immature fun. Let's just do things that we, you know, rekindle the relationship and kind of just do things that we used to do when we were back in our younger days before we were saddled with piles of work and tons of kids and whatever. And maybe this is, you're like, okay, we're leaving the kids with grandma and grandpa at home and we're going to take a couple little staycations at a hotel down the street or weekend trips or just whatever, because we deserve it. You know, we've had a rough time lately, you know, whatever. So that may be very well just the same for anybody who's in a long-term relationship. So, you know, sounds like really good fun. So, but what do you have going on that's coming throughout the month that you don't see? So we have the High Priestess in reverse, and I feel like this is where you have some lack of clarity. Okay. So I feel like there's some confusion, some questions, some things that maybe you don't see coming or don't know what to do about or how to handle. And I feel like for some of you, okay, and I'm speaking primarily to the singles or the non-committed rather, that the Page of Cups energy, okay, it may get you into a bit of trouble, okay? So you may have a little too much fun, and it could get you into some trouble in ways that, you know, it could get you in trouble. Like there could be a pregnancy scare, could get you in trouble that there could be somebody else involved with somebody that you're enjoying some time with. They may have somebody else and they're not telling you the truth about it. So, you know, there's that. You may have more than one and that's causing a problem or friction, and for some of you, I'm feeling like this. For a lot of you, actually, I'm feeling like what the situation is that you're starting this out looking for fun and excitement, entertainment, okay? And because that's a younger energy, not just necessarily an immature energy, but also a younger energy, they may be looking at you thinking, wow, I've got this really stable older person, and they're looking at you as fun, but also long-term. The more that they're with you, you're still looking at them as fun, just fun. That's all you're seeing out of it, okay? No expectation. And this is causing some confusion, okay? Because they might be coming to you, trying to turn this into a relationship, a serious type of relationship. And you're kind of not sure how to handle it. So I think there's some lack of clarity here with what to do. Okay. I do feel like that's going to happen. And I think, you know, anytime that emotions are starting to get involved or start to run high, there can be some confusion, some hurt feelings, some aggression, some this, that, whatever. So I do think that that might be an issue that you might run into here, where people are starting to get blurred lines between fun and emotion. So I would just warn, be careful on that. You know, if you start seeing things go down that path and that's not what you want, be as clear as you can. I mean, I don't know what else to say about that, because that's such a fine line. And you know, you never know how people will react. You have certain people who will be okay with it and they'll take that news just fine. Then you have other people that will not take that news so fine, and they do not take no for answers, and they can get pretty crazy. So, you know, be cautious, okay? Your next card is the Four of Pentacles. So I do feel like, you know, there's going to be a point where you might want to, you know, watch your funds, okay? And, you know, with this being next to the Hierophant in reverse and some confusion, it makes me wonder too, if there is one, or if you are seeing more than one, if somebody that you are seeing is looking at you as a more stable figure, a more sound figure financially, and they are trying to, you know, really take you for some funds, not necessarily really try to cheat you out of funds or steal your money. I don't necessarily mean that, okay? But maybe they're like always saying, hey, let's go on a trip, weekend trip. Let's go eat at a really fancy restaurant. Let's go, okay. They're constantly making these kinds of suggestions, right? With the expectation that you're going to be paying, okay? So you're going to need to, you know, hold tighter to your coin a little bit around these people, because if you don't, they're going to really rack up a lot of expense for their entertainment value on your dime. So you need to just kind of keep that reined in a little bit, because if not, they will, you know, they will definitely try to take that into account if they can. Okay. I feel like that there are people who will do that, especially if you are, you know, really enjoying yourself, really cutting loose, and you're giving out that vibe, and you're, you know, having fun. And especially if you are, you know, dating more than one person, just free fun, go places, do things, whatever. It can get very expensive very fast, especially if they're anticipating that you're going to pay, because you are the more financially stable, you're the older person, you're the one who has more money, and, you know, they just automatically assume you're going to pay. And, you know, they're suggesting these expensive places. So keep that in mind. Now, Ace of Pentacles energy. Okay. This tells me that, you know, they see you as having this energy, and you may very well have this energy. Okay. You may very well have plenty of funds, you know, you may very well have that, but this is falling below your Eight of Cups energy. So again, I feel like they may see that, they may feel that, and they may be suggesting some things that are, you know, pricey. Like, hey, why don't we take this cruise for a weekend away? Or why don't we fly down to, you know, Miami for the weekend? Or, you know, just things that you might want to seriously watch for. Because it's very, very easy to get caught up in the moment, the excitement, especially if you've come out of, you know, a lot of mundane, monotonous relationships that sucked, or a really crappy year, or you've been just working yourself into submission. And so, you know, you've worked so hard, you've built up quite a nest egg there, you have plenty of funds, what have you. And now you really do want to blow off some steam, and you really do want to have fun, but you're kind of like going crazy, and you've got somebody here that you're enjoying spending time with, but they're kind of utilizing it as you are their personal bank to go places. If they're kind of helping with that, it does make it really easy for you to burn through money really fast. And you're like, oh, okay, sure, that sounds like fun, you know? And it does sound like fun until you start looking at your bank account 2 months later, and you're going, wow, that was an expensive trip. Wow, I spent a lot of money there, you know, because you're in the midst, you're in the moment, you know, slinging out credit cards, slinging out cash. You're not really thinking about it. You're having a good time, right? It's not till you start seeing the bills, or, you know, the accounts or whatever a month later, that you're like, crap, right? So all I'm saying is make sure you're cognizant of what you're spending, what you're doing. If you are having fun, go for it. But, you know, keep a little bit of a grip on your pentacles here, okay? What is Spirit's advice to you? Okay, so Spirit's advice to you is, we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, okay? So Seven of Pentacles is usually like a situation where you're working away, you need to change some things need adjusted. I think with this, it's like, you know, everything's fine for you. You don't have work issues. It's more that you're kind of like shifting away from work as much because you've been working so much. I feel like this is why you are taking this route, to have more fun, to get out more, to do more fun stuff, relationship stuff, focus elsewhere. And I think that's what's happening here. But I think that what Spirit is saying is, you know, you might want to kind of shift back into thinking about funds, finances, things like that, because, you know, if you dig yourself back into a hole or whatever, you know, it's like you don't want to be a weekend warrior, okay? The person who works their tail off all week and then on the weekend they blow everything they made during the week, so they got to do it all over again. You don't want to be that. You don't want to be the person who worked for the last 4 months and beat themselves into submission and now they blow it all in 2 months and they got to start all over again, okay? So I think what Spirit's saying here is just, you know, take it easy and have a balance. Have a good balance between your cups and your pentacles, okay? Let's try to balance that. I do feel like that's what Spirit's saying, okay? So the next card here is the 10 of Wands. So Spirit's telling me here, and that's falling below your 4 of Pentacles and your Hierophant in reverse. So Spirit's telling me that, you know, here we have where you're not looking for anything super serious. You're just looking for fun. Great. No problem. I get that. We all want that from time to time. But again, it's saying here, hold tight to your pentacles, because I do feel like somebody might try to take advantage of you, okay? And Spirit's telling me here that this could cause a serious burden for you, okay? This could cause a financial burden for you. And I feel like that because it's coming right next to this where you need to balance. You need to have a good balance. And it's coming right below where you're having to hold tight to your funds a little bit. So, you know, we don't want to backtrack to where we have to go back to from Ace of Pentacles energy to where we're having to work ourselves away, you know, and go back to that sweating away and not being able to enjoy ourselves at all. Okay, we don't want to do that just because we got caught up in the moment and let somebody talk us into, you know, giving them the summer of their life or whatever, on our dime. Okay. So this would cause a long-term burden for us. Okay. So again, I think Spirit is saying, let's, you know, let's be realistic. Let's be, spiritually, let's keep things on a nice, even keel. Okay. So, the last card here we have is the Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay. So, I'm feeling like, again, this is, you know, Spirit is saying that opportunities will come, okay? But you need to keep the brakes on any opportunities that aren't of utmost, okay? Utmost importance to you, of quality level, okay? Because this is a fiery card, okay? The Ace of Wands is a fiery card. It can be excitement, exuberant, sexual, powerful. It can be that kind of card, okay? But it's coming right below your Ace of Pentacles card here, okay? So we need a good balance, right? So this one's in reverse, okay? So I feel like Spirit is saying, again, keep a good balance. You're going to get opportunities, but you may want to make sure that you are keeping a good grip on what is going to be the best overall long term for you, okay? So it's always fun to splurge. It's always fun to blow off steam. It's always fun to have a good time. It's always fun to, you know, why make money if you're not going to be able to enjoy it? I get all that. But Spirit's telling you, don't go crazy, okay? Don't go crazy. Don't go crazy with the sexual energy. Don't go crazy with the spending energy. Don't go crazy with the partying energy. Let's just not go crazy, okay? It's going to be there, believe me, especially when people see you throwing money around, having a great time, putting out that party vibe or that fun vibe or that really exciting vibe, and you're in the right places at the right times, doing the fun things, life of the party situation, what have you. you know, you'll get the attention you want if you want it. You'll get the attention regardless of whether you want it, trust me. But, you know, a lot of it you need to shove away because it's not quality attention, and it's attention that's going to do you more harm than good, okay? I do feel like that's what Spirit's saying. So let's get our psychic deck out here. Let's see what it has to say for us, okay? Because it might give us some enlightenment. It might give us some tips, tricks, advice that will help us, okay? And help us to decide some things, you know, that might be better for us in the long run. Because again, you have to remember that, you know, Spirit's given us long run. You know, we're looking at April, but April, what we do in April is going to affect May, June, July, August, obviously, especially if it's financial. We don't want to set ourselves up in April to cause us to have to spend the rest of our summer stuck to chained to work just to dig ourselves out of a hole. You know, we don't want to do that either. So let's see what we got here, okay? Page of Cups, triumphant success, okay? So I do feel like this is something where you feel like you have been successful at work, you feel like you've done a lot, you feel like you've accomplished a lot, and you feel like you deserve a break, and you feel like you deserve the time to blow things off. You know, maybe you've accomplished getting out of a relationship that was awful, and now you're ready for just fun, okay? So whatever it is that you feel like you have gotten through, you do feel like you deserve some you time to just blow off steam and have fun. And I think you do too. I think everybody does. But to a certain extent, you know, everything in moderation. So how about this Hierophant in reverse? So firm foundation, okay? So here with the Hierophant in reverse, I do think that you spiritually don't want anything super serious. But I do think that, you know, you need to make sure that you're not destroying your foundation, okay? So you don't have to have something serious. You don't have to have something long-term. You don't have to be building a foundation out of it. But with it being in reverse, I would say that, you know, you don't want to do anything that's going to tear down your foundation either. That's going to cost you, you know, that you're going so crazy that it's going to affect your future, okay? The Eight of Cups. Stand your ground, okay? So with this, I do think that, you know, if somebody is trying to talk you into doing certain things or going certain places, and it's something that you are, after, you know, you've evaluated the financial aspects of it, things like that, that you feel might be a little bit too much, okay? You probably need to think about it after having seen all these other cards. This is something that is saying, maybe you need to say, okay, how about something else? You can offer alternate options that aren't quite as expensive or aren't quite as whatever, or offer to go Dutch or something of that nature. And, you know, if they don't want to do that, or they don't accept that, then maybe they're not the right person to hang out with, because they're just using you anyway. Because there are plenty of people that you can still have fun with and do stuff with that will, you know, do their fair share, or, you know, would be just as happy going to Gatlinburg as Miami or something, you know, something a little bit more reasonable depending on where you live, or, you know, going to San Francisco if you're in California, instead of, you know, spending fortunes in Las Vegas, gambling all your money away, you know, something like that, you know, whatever it may be, depending on where you are. It just depends. But, how about this High Priestess in reverse? So material harvest, okay? So I feel like you are unclear. Again, you're unclear because things are like, you know, this person may be wanting to do more. They may be wanting to be more, especially if you're throwing money around at them. Of course they want to be more. They want that for the rest of their life. They're seeing material harvest. Literally. They're seeing this might be, they've hit the jackpot, okay? They may want this to go on forever. Why wouldn't they? But again, this may be where you need to hold tight to your pentacles, because this person may see you as the money train, the gravy train for the rest of their life. And you're just looking at it as a fun, you know, week or two, and you can't get rid of them if you don't do something. Again, keep that in mind. Four of Pentacles, sacrifice. Okay, so I do think here, this is where you know, you're sacrificing your money for fun for somebody else. And I think they're expecting that. And it's one thing to, you know, for you to do it because you want to. It's another thing for somebody to expect it. And I think that's what's starting to happen here. That's what I'm seeing with this person that you've brought in, this person that you're seeing or spending time with, you know, or more than one person. I feel like it's gone from a, you know, an offertory thing where you're offering to do things for them to them expecting it, okay? And that becomes a problem because now they're seeing you as a material harvest and you're certainly having to sacrifice quite a bit. And that's a problem, okay? So Ace of Pentacles, sacral chakra, okay? So again, I feel like with this is something where, you know, you're really, I mean, you're creative in your ways. You are able to make funds. You are able to do what you need to do, but what you need to be creative about here, wow, is how to get out of it. Let's be honest. That's what you need to do. You need to be creative about how to get out of it or figure out how to determine whether or not they're in it just for the funds or they're in it for you. Okay. If you even have any interest in making it go on. If you don't, just get out of it. Okay. Before it goes on too long. Or you could have a stalker, a situation where this person's like, I've seen the light of finances and somebody taking care of me. I'm not letting go of that. And we can, once, like I said, it's a fine line. Emotion and the emotion and the fun can really kind of get convoluted very quick in this High Priestess in reverse, especially when material harvest is coming in. So how about this Seven of Pentacles in reverse? Third eye chakra. And again, I think that is where you really just need to, you know, you need to use your intuition and you need to understand. That's what Spirit's telling you. You're going to have to understand that you can see ahead of time. You need to really be able to see what this person's about. And that if you don't make changes, that this could be something that could be Stalker 101, or it could be something you're stuck with and can't get rid of. It could be something that, you know, you're not noticing now, but drains your bank account later, you know, because you've been having so much fun and caught up in the energy that bingo bango. Your bank account is in the negative, you know, maybe not that bad, but you get what I'm saying. And you're having to work yourself into submission just to get back where you started from, just for a little bit of fun. What you thought was going to be a little bit of fun, but now it's really caused some serious sacrifice. And, you know, you should have seen it coming, you know, but maybe you didn't. So Spirit's telling you, see it coming, okay? See it coming. Use that third eye chakra and look ahead. See it coming, okay? Or you're going to have burdens coming out the yin yang. Sacrifice and burdens, okay? So how about this 10 of Wands? The universe, okay? So the universe is they'll help you put the burdens down if you do the right thing. If you see it coming, if you make the move, if you hold on to your pinnacles and stop sacrificing for this person, if you do the right thing, if you are trying to actively and creatively let people down in a way that's proper and not, you know, if you do what you're supposed to do, the universe will have your back. If you don't, then unfortunately, you know, it's not going to pan out well for you. Okay, that's bottom line. Ace of Wands in reverse, wisdom. And again, like I said before, I think that card, the Ace of Wands, is unlimited potential coming at you. Hot, fiery potential, tons of potential, sexual energy, fun energy, exciting energy, opportunities out the yin yang. But again, you have to have the wisdom to choose the right ones, okay? The ones that long term are going to be good for you. And that is what Spirit's telling you, what's the long game going to be? What's the long game going to be on this for you? What is it that you will benefit for in the long run? Because a little bit of fun should not cost you long term. Okay. So let's see, we'll pull 3 advice cards to finish this off and close it out. And for numbers, those of you who are into the numbers of it all, we have 12 and 21. Those are reverses, and the 2 and the 1 there. So we have 2s and 1s coming up quite a bit. And let's see here, and a 23 and a 26. So we got 2s quite a bit here. This one says, rise above it. It's not yours to carry. You're an empath. So again, I feel like once you get in here, and this is coming up on that material harvest, I feel like you are, once they start expecting you to pay for things, I feel like it's going to be hard for you to say no. I really do. But this is not your problem to carry, okay? When somebody starts taking your kindness for weakness, or using you, or expecting instead of you offering, that's a problem. And you really need to recognize that, okay? That's when things start shifting. Prioritize self-love and care. And again, if you are letting yourself be used, if you are spending the money you worked hard on because you found somebody you wanted to spend some time with and enjoy your time with, but they're starting to kind of utilize you as their gravy train, their sugar daddy mama, sugar daddy, whatever, gender neutral, and not willing to let that go and making you have to sacrifice or feel bad about things if you don't do certain things. You really do need to stand your ground, because that's not self-love or care for you, okay? They're not considering you. And this one says soul alignment. It's time for a radical change. How can you show up for yourself in ways that you haven't? Okay, so again, this is telling me that you need to do what's right for you for the long run. Again, if somebody is expecting things from you, if somebody is causing you to feel concerns, or like you're sacrificing, or like you need to be protecting your own funds or holding tight to your coin, then they aren't doing you any favors, okay? This is what you need to really be considering. So again, the overall concept here is, it's fine to have fun. It's fine to blow off steam. It's fine to have some, just blow it up and have some fun, excitement, go out, drink, and enjoy yourself, take a vacation, do whatever, and do it with somebody if you want, and if you want to pick up the tab now and then, that's fine. And if you offer to pick up the tab, that's fine. But when it starts becoming an expectation, when it starts becoming something where it's a burden on you, when it starts becoming something that is, they don't care how it makes you have to sacrifice, then that's not taking care of you, and they're not caring about you. Okay. And you need to start standing your ground, sticking up for yourself, taking care of yourself, self-love, looking at your long-term, and taking care of yourself. And at that point, you need to worry about you and your abilities and your long-term game. Okay. So I hope this was good for you. If it was, please do let me know. Like, subscribe, share, all that great stuff. Otherwise, I hope to see you back this weekend for your weekend and next week energy reading. Bye.